up to speed, up to speed, up to speed.
Live from the apocalypse. Don't you ever down talk the importance of having fun, you son of a bitch. This is State of Game. I am Dano, and if I am the antagonist in your story's all fucked up.
Bars.
You're so good at that. You're so good
I'm the
at that.
side character in a romantic comedy. That's what I am. I'm not your villain. I'm not good at it. So, shout out to all the people. Thank you for that. We have with me my co-host, immaculately created, someone so confident that he forces the oldest generation of his family to call him perpetual greatness. No one else does.
Absolutely.
A created nickname that is specifically distributed, and that's K Diggy for you.
PG. The real PG, yeah.
Yep.
That's so hard.
It's like a Kawhi Leonard contract. You know, it's complicated. But thank you for being here every week, man. Every week.
Yeah, man.
Woo! Our last guest, Declaim, in the chat said, Doom was my buddy. And I was like, well, holy shit then. You know, where do we go from here? Our current guest, we're talking, you got a picture in your mind, Q-Tip's ceiling and Kiki Palmer's charisma.
You meant ceiling like the height of, I thought you meant his, I was thinking like his
room.
His actual, I was looking up. Yeah, I was like, where do I come in this?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Picture Q-Tip chandelier. And Little Rel's attitude. We're talking Kosey's here. Thank you.
It's Kosey, by the way. My apologies. I got the wrong name. Oh man.
Oh, you're good.
We'll see.
Be who you want to be here.
See that? Fixed it. I didn't even know I could do that. Yeah. Hey. Hello and hi. How you doing?
Thank you for being here.
Dude, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so happy to be here. Like I was gonna hit you up because I have a lot of respect for you guys. Like a significant amount of respect. Listened to. I don't be watching with my eyes. You know how it is. I've listened to a significant amount of State of the Game. Like so much. You guys is like the depths you guys go with the art you approach is always something I appreciate a lot. And like I remember when this EP was coming out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit up Dano like in a week. And then you just messaged me, and I was like, okay.
Bang. Yeah.
Oh, it seems like I'm liked. I feel like people enjoy the art I make and want to talk to me about it. Oh my gosh, how great is that? That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And yeah, you just put out Excerpts of BLK Joy, Volume 1, which me and Kay have had this long-standing. It's been one of the topics of the show. Is like, why do EPs exist, right? Like, why are there EPs? Why do we need EPs? And I had a theory on EPs that there's only two kinds.
Go on.
One of them is I was recording a ton of stuff and I got this extra stuff from that stage. I don't want to do another album of it, but you know, here's 5, 6, 7 of that.
Yeah, kind of like that, like a service merchandise joint. No, that they made like a second one. The previous industries, they made a second one that was like a smaller joint. I feel like that was similar style.
Brother Ali does a lot of that, where he's like, you know, this is the end of this, and we're moving on. The other type of EP is the opposite, which is I'm trying weird shit. Do you like this shit?
Yeah.
Do you like this? Is this something you're into? I could do an album of it, but if everybody hates it, I probably won't. You know, it's the experimental thing, right? And people really do get their experiments off in EPs, and there's been a lot of really interesting ones that way. But yeah,
I would say that's interesting because I wouldn't necessarily describe the EP I was making as like an experiment thing. I didn't have it in me to make an album. Like it was so much like making these 5 tracks took me long enough. You know what I mean? I've spent so long on this project as a concept, as music, and I just couldn't. I didn't know how to make it longer than I did. But it got to a point when I made the first 2 tracks, and then it felt like, okay, I'm saying so much in these. I should make this a short thing. Just give it like a little like 1-2 punch. So I would say it ended up being the second like experiment. Do you guys like this thing? But also it was like, I remember you like when you asked Mandasi about this Dark Cow, he was like, sometimes it's the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, a significant amount of the fact of me doing it like this is the path of least resistance thing. It's just like I couldn't. And that's not to say like that is to say actually just the album process is something that's very much beyond me at the current moment in time. I make music very slowly.
It's interesting because we've never actually explored like the pressures of making an album. And you're right, it can be kind of daunting. Like you create 2 songs and you're like, oh snap, I got to make at least 12, 11 more songs for this to be an album. Yeah, I've never thought of it. That's like a
significant amount. Like I would like in terms of the actual amount of time it took me to make these 5 tracks. I made the first track of this February last year, and I finished the project April this year.
Yep.
So like, if you guys wanted an album, you would have had to wait till like 2027.
Right.
And I've already been rapping and producing for far too long to wait for that to be my first like output. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of like, not to just get straight into it, but like it was a lot of like I'd been conceptualizing and scrapping things for so long, and I was just like, I need to get something that works. And then this first track worked, and I was like, okay, let me do more of this. And it just made sense for that to kind of form into a shorter thing based on the length of that track, for instance, and then also based on the amount that I felt I had to say at that current moment in time.
Yeah. No, the other thing to add to this, Kay, is while you're working hard and slowly on your album, everybody thinks you ain't doing shit. Because they don't have your album in front of them. Right?
Yeah.
So they don't know you're working on an album. They think you're sitting there.
That was something that I found quite interesting when I was showing you guys the EP on the listening party. Shout out to Rap Music Club Podcast, Discord, shout out.
Sure.
On the listening party, like all of you guys were really shocked by the like level it was. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I've been performing live for years. You know what I mean? I've been playing this stuff in front of my friends. I've been performing lives. I've been performing live. I go to like a lot of jazz jams where there are open mics. I can get on stage and I can do the rap thing. I do that so frequently, like so frequently. So when I was playing it to you guys and you guys are like, what? I was like, oh yeah, these guys don't know my music because it doesn't exist to them yet.
Right.
And now it does. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, to everyone, this is like my debut. But to a lot of my friends, it's just like, oh yeah, Kosey's sick at rapping. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's just interesting to kind of see that play out.
No, that's interesting because so many of the times people are like, listen to my music, and they're bedroom artists who haven't performed live, right? And they're new. That's why they want everybody. That's why they're begging people to listen. And you're like, you end up being like, good for you. Like, good try there. You know? You're making headway. And this Excerpts of Black Joy Volume 1 is so fully flushed out, fully formed, so frenetic, that it's really, really awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I definitely like. That's why it took so long because I needed that time to flesh it out. I guess it was a lot of like, at a certain point, it was like there was one song I was stuck on. So instead of working on that song, I'd go back to one song and I would like go over every single second and be like, what interesting thing could I have happen here? You know what I mean? There's a lot of really like subtle variation in the beats and stuff like that. That is just like I didn't want to work on full. Fool was the last song that I made. Like that song was finishing last. I didn't want to work on that song, so I was like, okay, let me go back to Black Joy 1 and tweak the mixing, tweak the like structure, and like there was so much iteration in this project. Like while I was making it, that I would say a bulk of it was like, oh, I'm just like kind of slowly figuring out what I want to do, slowly fleshing out the sound, slowly fleshing out the actual like moments, because it was really important to me that this album had like, oh shit, this first song is crazy because it has this end section that goes whoa, or like, oh shit, this second song is crazy because it ends. You know what I mean? Like all of those moments came from me being like, I just need every moment of this to be as impactful as it can be. So I'm slowly combing over every single individual thing. And I would say like there's a point where you go too far in that and you end up just circling around the same idea over and over and again, trying to pull the best you can from it. But at the same time, the project came out great. So it's kind of hard to critique that perfectionist idea I kind of have sometimes.
So I just wanted to clarify, just so you knew early on in the process that this was an EP and not an album.
I would say, so I came up with the idea in like September 2023.
Okay.
And then when I was making songs and I didn't like any of the songs that much. And then February came around and I made the intro. Like the first verse to like where the outro was originally like a chorus. So I did that, and then I was like, this is going to be the project. I think it should be an EP. It was kind of how the thing came about. Originally, it was an album when I read the Francis Bebe's book, but then at that point, I was like, okay, let me go back.
Do it. Okay.
Give yourself the space to work. Yeah.
Okay,
if somebody asked me, because Kosey produced, mixed, and mastered this situation. If somebody asked me to describe the sound of Excerpts of Black Joy Volume 1, I would say perfectly unorganized. It sounds like you came out and were like, we will have chaos, but everything fell perfectly into where it should be.
There's an order that you can't see. Yeah.
That's the highest compliment, is that when you first listen to it, I don't think you hear the perfectionism.
Word. Yeah, that's really awesome. That's sick.
The first thing you hear on this album is like overwhelming kind of chaotic drums, you know, and then it turns into, you know, the flow, and, you know, it switches and shifts. And I don't think you catch how like really well connected everything is and how particular all these choices are until the second listen. The first listen, you're just like, wow.
Yeah. And I think like I definitely did kind of do that on purpose. I got a lot of things happening in this. I'm like, okay, let me just kind of do something like kind of improvisational, or let me just kind of keep in the mistake I did. And that kind of like, I guess, humanizes it in a sense, and like keeps it like feeling that entertain. Like what's the thing you just said? Like unorganized.
Yeah, perfectly unorganized.
Like, yeah. So it's like like on the beginning of the second track, I mean, when I just like, oh, where did the beat start? Because I literally just like, I went to record it and I pressed too early on the song. So when I pressed record, there was nothing playing. And I was like, oh shit, I can't hear anything. And then me reacting to the beat, me going, oh, that was like me literally reacting to the beat coming in. So like that stuff there, like that's natural. And the skits on like the closer, where I'm just kind of like yapping. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do my rap thing. I was just like, I need something funny to fill this space. Let me just start talking. And then I just recorded like a few of those, and I was like, this one's hilarious, I'm keeping that. This one's hilarious, I'm keeping that. And like one of them, like you can literally hear me just like on the last track, the second skit, where I'm like, oh, the people need me. Like I just start laughing because I found it so like what I was saying was ridiculous, and I just started laughing, and I was like, should I do that take again? But it just kind of worked. So I just left those accidents in,
right,
to kind of give it that life still, without like it won't feel like I'm being like, okay, so first you listen to this, then you listen to this, then you listen to this, then you listen to this. If I keep myself in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think not to just, I mean, yeah, I guess this is time to do it. Like if the kind of that came from a lot of like allowing spontaneity to kind of flourish. Like there's so many like little ad libs I did that I'm like, that would be funny here, so I just did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like all of those in the mix of all of these things that are like really pinpoint decisions, I think work to create that like organized chaos that you're saying.
Yeah. No, it makes sense to me. And having the sight to say like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave space for the accents. I'm gonna leave room to take advantage of those. Sometimes when people are really focused on proving that they're good, right? This is gonna be my project's gonna be good. They'll go so hard in one direction, they don't allow anything good that's happening on the sides to leak in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I really fought against that by like I like purposefully split this EP into two halves so I could be like, oh, okay, the first two tracks of me like kind of just doing like crazy rap, intricate shit, like where I'm talking about quite real shit. Like it's quite the second track especially is like quite intimate in terms of what I'm talking about. But then like the fourth and fifth track are kind of just like, I would say in comparison, a lot less like lyrically focused. Like they're very, very much lyric based. And the fifth track especially, there's like mad lyrics going on. But there's more of like a kind of, I think the Black Joy kind of comes out in those moments a little more louder because it's like, oh, okay, this joint you can dance to, and this joint is like, oh, there's a crowd cheering encore. It's like there's a lot more of me at play across the. Oh, sorry. Now let me rephrase that. There's a lot more like levity on the last two tracks, and I think that like allows the entire album to feel like me as like in its whole, because it's like obviously when I start the album, I'm kind of it in a seemingly less positive place than I end up, but I don't perceive the beginning of the album at all as like unpositive.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I can talk about these sad things and it still be Black Joy, and then I can get to the ending where we're just dancing and having a good time, and that's still Black Joy. And those are equal parts, and by having those two parts, it kind of stopped me from going all the way in the I'm the rappity rap guy, and stopped me also going all the way in the let's just have a great time. Like it kind of allowed me to do both.
Yeah, you did it the right way. I mean, we talked about how tough it is to make joyful music, right? People are drawn to not just drama but conflict, right? And if they don't feel like there's direct conflict, they feel like they're being ripped off a little bit.
Yeah, I think.
I was gonna say,
and there's a fine line. I would say there's also a fine line between joyful music and, I guess you could say, like party music or unserious music.
Right.
So being able to really define what joy is and not just have it come off sounding as unserious is quite a task.
No, and I think the way it's done here, Kosey was talking about it, was like, you use the joy and the joyful imagery that you are leading with to contrast against the rough shit that you've dealt with. And you get to paint both at that point, right?
Yeah.
You get to clue people in. Here's what, the cocooning, the coming out of the, cocoon as the butterfly, like all that leads the way to what you have dealt with,
Yeah. I guess like I don't like the kind of ideas of, oh, my pain made me kind of thing. I hate that idea, because it's like those type of cliches I think are kind of extreme cope to kind of deny yourself the grieving of the life you could have had. You know what I'm saying? And I think I very much wanted to avoid being like on this, because it's like obviously you get the joy and you hear me like kind of talk about the past and the difficulties I've had, and it's like, but at this point where we're picking up in the story, I guess I've kind of already overcame a significant amount, you know what I'm saying? And obviously there's the things I got to overcome and but I'm more, instead of like being like, this is what I'm going through and I'm sad, but when I come out of it, because of this sadness, it's going to create me into this amazing person. It's more like these sad things, as much as they taught me it's not necessarily that these sad things defined me into making me joyful, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when I'm talking on Daffodils, like I kind of mention, like I mentioned my dad a bit, and I kind of talk about like confusing feelings aside, it's useful to see in the work, and like that stuff there is like, as much as they're like, oh, let those feelings wash over you, I then burst out of those feelings, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
and I don't feel
right.
like it's bursting out of those feelings in terms of like ignoring them, but it's more so bursting out of them in terms of when you overcome them, you just go back to your own self, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily your old self, a kind of improved version of your old self. I don't know if that
yeah, it makes sense. So the conflict is still there, it's just not leading the story.
Yeah. It's not like
the story.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I made a lot of sad music before I decided that wasn't the goal. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was sad, I would say I'm in a pretty like generally good place in my life right now. And listening back to my old stuff, I'm just like, but I didn't have anything to say other than, damn, this sucks. And I feel like that's a really boring way to approach it, like just music generally. And it's like, even when I come on this and I'm talking about the sad stuff, I have more to say than, damn, this sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have, oh, okay, well, this, you know, I was tripping over the stuff the white man left on the floor. And like, you know, as much as there's like, there's like, oh, that's so sad that there was a time of her life where she was like constantly tripping over the stuff that other people had left for like on like around for her to fall into the traps of. But at the same time, I'm also like there being like a significant amount of the misconceptions of myself I had were due to like the racist ideology we're constantly fed. So it's not just, oh, I'm sad and woe is me. It's, oh, I'm sad because of these systems in place. But now, having not overcome these systems, having separated myself from the mind state the systems enforced on me, I'm able to adore myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's kind of the kind of entire approach of the sad parts of this album. I like, not this pain made me, but more so like overcoming this pain made me, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear you. No, it makes a difference. It's good. K, what were your feelings on this?
Yeah, I mean, I thought like there was a spontaneity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. That I really enjoyed, and I think with Joy, it's like you said, that there's got to be a balance. I think the balance of, you know, the serious content along with this levity really makes everything coalesce greatly for me.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it, man. Because it took me way too long for people not to.
Because that's what it's like. Joy. When I think of Joy, you need something to contrast it with.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want it to just end up being like pop music. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing you said earlier about club music is a really important, like, kind of. Of course, I mean, I couldn't have just made a club album. That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But I could have easily made something called this that was just bubbly the whole way through and didn't have much to say. You know what I mean? Just kind of, I'm loving my life. I'm loving my life. And like, even in the songs that I would say are more bouncy, I still got a few bars in there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about like, yo, we got a community build. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need us here. And it's like, if without the, I guess, I don't know. I guess my mind is just not in the club oriented space, so I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. No,
but that is going to contrast to something I'm going to say later.
Yeah. Baseless kind of stuff that we talk about in terms of pop music. I always joke that there's like there's always a hit single about the night.
Mm.
You know, into the night, seize the night. You know, this is our night. You know, and it's like, you know, Dua Lipa can do that for you. Like there's any number of people can do that for you really well. You know, Charlie XCX takes us into the night awfully well. But you end up by the end of it, you didn't learn anything about the person talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just went into the night. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
this
I think,
you go ahead.
I think it's interesting. Like you bring up Charlie XCX in that because I think she really toes the line quite interestingly between kind of this is some pop music and this is like some deeply personal shit. Because I would say like her, I wouldn't say it's much on Brat, but her like pre-Brat albums. Which one? I'm trying to remember which one I'm thinking of specifically. Like How I'm Feeling Now, like that joint there. There's so much of like her character kind of laced within the crazy production and kind of put in there, and a lot of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like emotional depth, I would say, which is
I will tell
quite
you.
rare.
Was it that one song? There's that. I might say something stupid.
Where's
Off
that
rap.
off of?
Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah.
that shit fucked me up every time, dude. Like so, shit. But if you go back to like London Queen and like that era, you know, that two was it 2014, 2015? Like
I don't even think I'm tapped into that.
those are all like bangers, you know? Like and she could just, you know, kick those out. You know, she's got tons of singles and tons of just like Sucker is the album for 2014.
Yeah.
Sucker is like badass teenage rebellion music, super fun. But it's the kind of music she never wanted to make again. She was like, I'm this is not I'm gonna go further. So she's challenged herself from there, and I really do respect. I always respect it, but even just her ability to crap out amazing pop songs is really dope. She's on like every soundtrack for kids movies. She'll just be
I
like,
don't know how it's a takeover, man. It's
I'll
crazy.
give you a banger. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to having leftover bangers, dude. But
I need to start making like music you can shake your ass to. Really, that's the market I'm missing. Not enough 808s.
That's in demand.
I gotta get rid of the jazz, man.
In demand.
Gotta throw it out.
You could take the jazz to the next level, man. Look at Sudan
Yeah,
Archives. You remember Sudan Archives used to be, you know, and you look at her videos now, she's going crazy with it. So going crazy. I enjoy it. Shout out to her. Shout out everybody. Strong shout out. But yeah, so this is a great breezy listen where it's just like you're like, oh man, it's over, you know. But also all these songs really kill on playlists. If you just are throwing them into a playlist, they really turn things up, and the energy on it, because it's jazz infused, right, with real jazz players. It feels like an organic energy and not a synthetic one.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that was one thing I was really struggling with, like, because I can also make a lot. I've made a lot of beats without samples as well. My kind of preferred thing is the samples now, but like, there was a while when I was really trying to do the like lo-fi jazz rap thing, and it was just so often I was finding just getting the kind of the sharpness that you can find in a sample out of little VSTs is just it's not a fun process, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I could play all this in, I could do a lot of that, but it's the kind of textures of the sample jazz kind of bring out a brightness that I was really after. And then along with like Theo Archer and Ruben on Full, like those additions as well, crazy. Theo's playing bass on Buddy, and Ruben's playing sax on Full, and like getting those inclusions in there as well kind of I would say kind of brings that organicness out even more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It's mad easy to kind of get stuck in the box of your of your computer and be like, okay, it's all in here. Okay, let me change the EQ, and it's like, I think something I really enjoyed about working with both Theo and Ruben is like, it was kind of like I was working with another sample that was tailor-made for my thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like Ruben would come in, he'd record a whole take over it, and then I'd be like, yo, can you re-record that like in this place and do kind of this idea here? And then when Ruben left, I was left with like, when Ruben left the studio, I was left with like 20 minutes of just saxophone licks going crazy over certain parts. So I was kind of chopping that up, putting it places. Same with Theo's part. Like there's so much like looping on Buddy. That track has a lot of like, but I wanted to kind of bring out individual sections. So it was, let me take this and put it there and da. And like, it's really interesting hearing kind of how all of that really preciseness comes together to be an organic feel. Because it was like, I spent hours like in front of my computer, like, surely it needs to be like, maybe like get rid of a chorus here, or I don't know, or maybe let me have like a little bit less of Theo and of this feel, but it's I don't know. I just listening to the way you talk about this album is just so gratifying, because I was like, yes, that's what I wanted. That's like,
it's like, we always talk about, like it's a weird way to think about it, but like sometimes you'll hear a great album, but there's nowhere else to go from there. Give you an example: Quaranta, Danny Brown.
Who's that by?
Huh? Danny
Say
Brown.
that again?
Danny Brown.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Quaranta. Yes.
That one. I agree with you. When that drink came out, I was kind of like,
can't build on it. That's the end of something. Yeah. So like this is something where you listen to it and you go, oh shit, I can't wait for the next thing, right? This opens a door to a whole nother thing. So this definitely feels like the beginning of something.
And I hope it is. I mean, I called it Volume 1 for a reason. The plan is to do just as many of these as makes sense to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One thing, I'm currently in uni, and my current folio, the thing I got to do for the next like term and a half is just like make 6 tracks that are up to the standards of the uni and write a hell of a lot about it. So, I mean, there's no reason that those 6 tracks don't end up being just Volume 2. You know what I'm saying? And then, because I really just want to have, I think with this first project out and the kind of first impression made of, oh shit, she's crazy, she can do this. I want to just like have the next few just kind of happen. I want to like, as much as the meticulousness of this project is something I appreciate a lot and it's something that I enjoy a lot, I want to kind of let go a little bit more for the next 2 or 3.
Just make the songs that make sense for this world. Gather them and figure it out what you need.
And even like you heard the bonus track. I don't know if you heard it, KD.
Shine On. I love it.
The bonus track, I'm planning on that being a song on Volume 2. So it's like, it's coming. Just give me a sec.
Part 2. But yeah, no, I'm into it, and hopefully you will be connected to these Black Joy volumes the way West Side Gun is to Hitler.
That's a crazy way to phrase that, but yeah, I am really hoping that I am connected to Black Joy in the way that West Side Gun is to Hitler.
Yep. We're gonna put that on the back of the vinyl.
Yeah. I'm to Black Joy what Gun is to Hitler is my tagline.
That's it. And I wanted some music that fit the kind of themes and feels of this album to talk to you about, because I love your mind and how it connects to music. So, and I want to be clear, this isn't like State of the Game does the ladies, like in terms of New Moon by Kelly Moonstone we're talking about, and Amory's Black Star. The thing is, I am always listening to women's music. I can't just listen to dudes. I can't do it.
scary.
I
At
can't
a
do
certain
it.
point,
I can't.
it gets like kind of like, I don't know. I think for me, I feel like at a certain point I get a little tired of it. Like I especially because like I grew up listening to a lot of soul, and then also a neo soul. So like like, no, I don't know if is Sade neo soul. No, it's a
She
bit
was like
before. She's a
before
bit
Neo
before that.
Soul a
She's
little bit,
before
yeah.
that, but like, she's also not soul. I don't think. I don't
Mm,
know. Whatever. Yeah, but like kind of that is kind of the music that I grew up on.
mm.
So for me to get to a point where I'm like I'm listening to these dudes, and at a certain point, it is very easy for even like the more intellectual rappers to still fall into those like cliches of being like, "Oh, your bitch is this." Da, 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 da. Like even like I'll be listening to. I was really enjoying that the Death Tape 2 that came out last year, the Quelle Cav one,
Yeah.
and Denmark as well. Like I was really enjoying that, but then it gets to a certain point where I'm listening to it and I'm like, yeah, a lot of this is just being like skillfully saying the shit that I don't like when I'm hearing like radio rap. You know what I mean? Like it's still kind of just being like, yeah, I don't really fuck with women that much. And it's very difficult for me to take that in frequently. So
Yeah.
you got to make your distance with it. And I would say like even I've been fine. I think there's a kind of difficulty I had for a while in finding like female rappers because it was like, oh, okay, word. All of these guys I'm listening to are working with guys, so I'll listen to that guy, and then I'll listen to this
Right.
guy, and I'll listen to this guy because I'm just going through discography. Da, 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 da.
Mhm.
And I would say kind of the artists that you brought up here are ones that I wasn't familiar with Kelly Moonstone before, but Emma Ray is one that I found through the going through this person's album, da, 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 and I'm like,
Yeah. The
oh, this
connectivity.
person here, we got it. And then
Spider webbing. Spider
the
webbing
spider
is
web
what,
expands
yeah.
from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I always called it. That's how I learned anything about jazz, right? It was just like
that's how you get into
reading the
jazz.
credit booklets and being like, oh shit, okay.
Mm.
Yeah. If you get kind of blue and just read who's on it, and then you just sail away.
But I
Um,
just myself,
but
I'm
you,
back.
so spider webbing is great. Yeah, the way I would say it, Kay, in the world of like heterosexual dudes, right? You have a friend, they have a breakup, right? With the lady, that means her friends are gone, right? They went with her.
Tragic.
He's just with his bros, and that's it.
Mm.
And what would happen is over time, if he doesn't have female friends, he festers. You know, he's lost all that touch that he had. Like when you are in a relationship with a woman or women, you you start to understand how to like correlate yourself to the world, and you lose that shit. You
That
lose that
energy,
shit.
that feminine energy.
You lose that shit. And if you
No,
lose
but
that,
I've seen what you're talking about, man. I've seen what you're talking about happen. Like I've had friends who've dated my friends, and then they've broken up, and like I've watched the guy just become like a gremlin. Like he forget how to be people. It's crazy.
yes, yes, so don't like you can become a musical gremlin, right?
Mm,
If you're just like Knack, Divino, and you just go down Ito and the gang,
mm.
you're just, it's easy to gremlin out, you know?
Yeah, especially in the underground, if that's the way you're focused. Because I feel like there's definitely like uh I wouldn't necessarily say like a gatekeeping, but there's definitely less of a way in. It seems for a lot of women.
Right.
It's been cool recently. Like, kind of, I wouldn't say I left Twitter for a bit, but I kind of stopped interacting with the community as much for a while, and I've kind of recently rejoined it, and it's like a lot more queer than I remember it being.
Yeah, yeah,
Or at least
that
maybe that's
makes
the people I'm
sense.
messing with right now. But it seems like you got like July, PTY, and like those folk is like that's like a very queer circle, and I just find like seeing that at the kind of the forefront is like, oh, okay, word, there is more space for us now, and it's just neat seeing kind of especially like what kids are coming in being like, oh, I'm this, and I'm like, okay, cool, word. A few years ago, I wouldn't have seen any of those. You know what I'm saying? Like when there was a reason, like for a while, I didn't even tell anyone I was trans online because I was like, realistically, I'm still trying to have a rap career. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
And it's nice seeing that kind of move away, at least in the circles I'm in, because I don't think that's gone. You know what I mean? You still got like Bodie James on record staying the F Slayer and shit, like mad frequent. So it's not like that bigotry is like disappeared, but it's seeming like it's less. I've just found a place where it's not, I guess. I think that's it. I've just found this people where it's not at.
Yeah. Find the spaces. Yeah, it got. I remember being like excited, being like, "Oh my, this person has a song about how he cries sometimes." Yes, like we're getting somewhere. And it's not just like about the smell of a new gun or something. So yeah, we can talk about these albums: New Moon, Black Star. As our guest, Kosey, which should we start with? What are we talking about?
I think I have more to say about Black Star, so
Okay.
I think we should do Black Star second.
Okay, so we'll just start with New Moon.
Yeah. Which is a fantastic record, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
The thing about New Moon, right, and is it's a really, I mean, first of all, like heavily sexual albums are always interesting to me. Look, I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. I think it's fun to hear how people like feel about this stuff and treat this stuff. New Moon is a very sexual album, but it's very nerd sexual.
Yeah, I was thinking like there are bars where I had to be like, oh, what's she talking about? Oh, she's talking about sucking dick. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never had to think that through. She was like, why my forehead ain't touching his abs? I'm like, why would they? Oh, the sex thing.
Right.
Like that's it's crazy.
It's not like
I don't think I've ever had to think about that before. Like it's
not
crazy.
like a Glorilla kind of like, sex.
Yeah.
It's like it's nerd sexy is a little bit whispery.
Yeah.
It's just as intense, but it's a little bit whisper. It's a little bit like, this is so we're gonna
I'm always like I don't personally take in a lot of music like that. I would say I don't listen to much like extremely sexual music. I don't listen to many men talking about sex all the time. They have to do it in a very, if men it's even more like they have to be so specific about how they're doing it, or I'm like, no, I don't want to hear you say anything. But it's like I just generally I generally kind of move not in those like circles, I would say, not circles, within those genres and sounds and lyrics. But whenever I hear it like in this context where it's like very much like kind of, I don't necessarily need it inside of like a personal thing, but the way it's kind of nestled within personal stories here really helps it kind of become more than just what she's saying. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Kay, my pitch would be I would love to give New Moon to trying to think of a good way to say this. The white people that loved Lizzo years ago. You remember all the white people who were like, this is the essence of my spirit. I want this attitude. And would love to give. And by the way, that happens every year, right? After Lizzo, it was Janelle Monáe. There's a black female artist who gets elected as the like totem for for what
like sexual freedom,
spirit animal,
for what people think black women are. So Liz, those people that loved Juicy and loved all that stuff, I'd love for them to hear New Moon. I just think it's like, it's such a well done version of that kind of situation. It's still sexual. It's personal. There's still great rapping on it, right? There's still lots of different emotions, Great singing. It's all organized really well. Um, yeah, but she's
Yeah, the
still.
track list is fantastic. That was something I was thinking while I was listening to it. Like, I don't necessarily understand what the skits are trying to say to me. Like, I'm not super sure on that. But like I can feel the kind of momentum they give the project to continue being the project.
Mhm.
And that's what I would say is like fantastic about this is like there's so much of this album. They're kind of like I remember in the thing you sent being like, is this a pop album? Is this an R&B album? Is this a rap album? And the answer to that just being like yes.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like it does such a good job of being everything. And it never feels like I'm being tossed around to each different thing. It feels like it just kind of makes sense for it to have gone in the direction it goes. It's just super impressive how Kelly puts all that together. Like it's fantastic. Or I guess Moonstone. I don't want to be too familiar.
Yeah.
Moonstone. What,
Kelly Moonstone.
Keith? What was your relationship with to New Moon? What were you feeling with it?
Yeah, I mean it's a blend of all genres, and you're right, it is a kind of horny album in a lot of ways. But I mean, I thought it was really great guest features, and I thought it was like a really good, solid project.
There were times I thought there were guest features and it was just her. I didn't
I
realize on my first listen like the rap every time like a rap verse started, I'd be like, oh, who's on this? And it was just her. It was just like
You know what I think
But
she does? I think Kelly Moonstone's from New York. I don't know if you guys want to fact check me on that. I
I
think
don't
she's
know
from New York,
places.
but um, when she starts rapping is when it really becomes New York as hell.
Mhm.
mm,
I found it really interesting. I mean, I don't know American geography even like a little bit. Every time someone tells me, I immediately forget all of it. But what I do know, Saber and No Name and that they're Chicago, right?
yep.
Yeah.
A lot of this album reminded me of that sound, like of the sound that kind of I would say that kind of not got me into rap, but kind of got me into really paying attention to it. Was kind of like Telephone, Black Swan, Care for Me, Bucket List
Right.
Projects, like those sounds I feel like are all over this
Oh yeah.
project. And I don't know, I guess like regional sounds are less of a thing now, I guess, but I can definitely hear those influences very present for the whole
Yeah.
record.
That's a
Yeah,
good call.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that's necessarily like direct inspiration, but I mean, Saba's on the record, so
That was on the record,
yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
and
yeah.
has my least favorite line on the record.
Oh, go on.
Um,
What is it?
I don't like. It's like I would tell like Takashi, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like cute Takashi 6ix9ine jokes. Keep your Takashi shit out of my shit.
Yeah,
Don't fuck with.
man. Saba is like such a confusing rapper to me because he will both be the best ever and like the most annoying in the exact same space. Like it's just like it's nuts. It's nuts because it's like I remember when not to like get mad sidetracked, but when that like Few Good Things project came out, I remember being like listening to a song and be like, this is the best thing ever, and then listen to another song and be like, what? Just what? And it's like that's his whole thing. Like that's his whole he'll even hit you with that mid verse.
It was, yeah. He's Takashi 6ix9ine is like Beetlejuice.
Oh.
You say the name too much, and he's already more powerful than he was before. Don't make jokes. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, we can just forget.
Right. So it's but yeah, that was, and the tone of voice he said it in was very cutesy and very
Mm.
weird. But Sifu sounds amazing, right?
Yeah, fantastic.
Sifu gets it like easy. Um,
The Cavalier and Quelle features confused me. Like, not like they were bad. They just
mm,
definitely were not in. They were like, I listened to this without checking the track list at all. I just pressed play and went. That Cav was the last person I expected to hear saying anything, and I would say he matches the vibe like lyrically, but I think he just brings a certain intensity to the joint that I'm a little bit like about. But it's still a fantastic verse. Like it really, like as I said, like lyrically, he's completely on task. And like him and Quelle, always a fantastic duo. I'm always happy to hear them. I don't know if this is the context I needed that in, and I would say that track itself works really well, but like in the context of the album, I don't know.
No, it's the harshest vibe shift, right? Going
Yeah.
from Nana Boo Boo, which is just so playful
So
and
yeah,
dope,
I love Nana Boo Boo.
and
No, no, yeah, no, that's so great.
and
That joy
and
thing that you kind of brought up as the kind of leading decision to choose these albums is like that is so present there because like
right.
even though she's kind of being like she's kind of like sad that actually no let's not get sidetracked. Let's talk about like go back to you talking about Cav. My bad.
Oh yeah, the vibe, it's the harshest vibe switch
Mhm.
because that song with Chris and Cav, Happy Ending, feels like a mid-album posse cut thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's at the end, and you're like,
Mhm.
ah, really? I don't know.
Yeah, it's strange.
Uh,
And like with Nana Booby just before, it's like that song is, as you said, quite playful. It's kind of going into like it's both her being like, this sucks for me, but kind of hiding it behind, haha, na 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 na, you don't get your bitch back.
right,
And like
right,
that's
right.
funny to kind of that's a really playful way to kind of approach it. Like it's doing the joy thing, right? It's like, okay, like as much as this sucks, I can still get something like there's my I can get my lick back a little bit. And I think that's it's a fantastic track. I think if you had to ask me favorite track, I would just go with that one. I think
It's
that's my favorite drill on there. It's just so
and
good.
yes, and in a way, it feels like there's a song missing after Happy Ending.
Mhm.
It concludes the energy of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, because we have one of my favorite, maybe my favorite song on here. I don't know. Thirsty is so
Mm.
crazy horny, right? Like it's like
Mm.
uh talks
But
about
like
like
mournful about it as well. It's fantastic. It's like, oh, I'm
yes,
horny now.
yes. It's like, I wanted to have missionaries so we could look each other in the eyes, and it was crazy. She was like, but then you have Odin, which is just hard. That shit's just tough. Like, and there's a vengeful energy to the spited sexual stuff. And I felt like we needed a track to kind of bring the journey together.
Mm.
I was saying,
Yeah, and I felt that's what's interesting is like I feel like the journey was mad brought together already before Happy Ending.
okay, you end
You know
with
what I
Nana
mean?
Boo
Like
Boo?
I think if the album ended with Nana Boo Boo, I wouldn't be like, oh no, where's the rest of it? But I'm not saying we should cut that song because that song's still good. But like I just find the vibe of it interesting. Um, so what's up, Diggy?
What do you
No,
think?
I mean that's an interesting point because you're right. That's the last impression that you have of the album is the last song.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of shades everything that you heard before it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's like I don't know. I kind of I don't know how to explain it, but the general approach to this album, I feel like, is super fluid. So it makes the bookending of uh Calvin Quelle a little bit like, oh, okay, this feels like a lot less precise than everything else going on, which isn't a like that's
Yeah,
not I don't want this whole conversation to be, oh, why is this last song here? Because the whole project is outstanding. You know
it's
what I mean? Like
outstanding. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm enjoying it the whole way through. Like what like all the songs you brought up already, even though Saba has that one weird line, I think IKEA is a fantastic track.
It really is.
Her going back and forth with Marco Plus is crazy. Or is that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that beat is nuts. I love the beats on this whole project,
Oh,
actually. Like,
so good.
yeah.
Law of equivalent exchange is crazy once you get into it. It's I don't know, man. This is so the way I thought of Kelly Moonstone before this project was talented, and her skill is she's not afraid to look silly,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I think actually no, you go, my bad.
So
I got
she's
too
not
excited.
afraid to look silly, and this album is the best encapsulation of that. And being like,
Mhm.
I know that's my weapon, and now I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna throw it everywhere, and in all these different directions,
Mhm.
and it makes the anger more poignant. It makes the joy more poignant, right? Like it's because the silliness is always there as a
Yeah.
rainfall.
And I think even like it's kind of something that I always wonder when it comes to like. I remember whenever Scissor's dropping something, people are always talking about like, oh, she's always with these bum ass men, da 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 da. And I think the thing is about with when Scissor does it, not to be like, oh, these two women, let's make them fight. It's like when Scissor does it, I would say it's a lot of like, he did this, and in this album, I would feel like it's like he did this, I did this. I look a little silly here, but I'm also like, oh fuck this guy. And I think kind of being the real honesty of her approach and his approach, kind of not working together, is where I think that this album really shines, because it really allows a quite honest conversation between her and the problem to occur. You know what I mean? I think that's a real strength of the project. Like on Thirsty is like, as much as it's like, oh, this guy's messing me around, she's also then like, I wish I didn't have to feel like this. Right. Not necessarily because the guy's messing me around, but because I shouldn't want to need what this guy be having. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, this guy messed me around. It's this guy messed me around, but I also have accountability in the fact that like I don't need to be messed around. And I think that's it. I think that's a really
right. These it's not like these guys threw lamps at her, right? These are situations where K knows in all these R&B videos in the 90s how many lamps were being thrown, dude. Every video somebody threw a lamp, dude.
That's when you know it's serious. When the lamp is thrown, that's when you know it's not a game anymore.
It's not a game. When Tyrese throws that lamp, it's not a game.
Be careful, man. I can't lie. I feel like if someone threw a lamp at me, the song I'm making about them is not mentioning anything I'm doing, so I can't. Maybe Scissor's in the right, you know.
These just like the story is like we're hooking up with and we're keeping it cool, and then things are getting deeper and I'm into it, and then all of a sudden he's like meh, and that's it. Like, and so it was. They weren't like in a relationship. It was like, I'm trying to head towards a relationship, and then he veered off, and this sucks. What do I do with these feelings? Yeah, and so there's like real nuance there, but it's still silly and still really playfully done. I don't know. This is her best project for balancing that levity with the intensity of the journey. I feel.
I'm gonna check out the other project she put out last year after this as well, because I really enjoyed this, but I was like, I need to stay locked in on what New Moon's doing so I can talk about it. But I definitely really want to get into
go back. It's interesting. Kelly Moonstone's a very interesting.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I hadn't looked up. Oh, she is gorgeous.
Yep.
My bad. I've just been looking.
She was talking about the rockets through her chest and stuff. I don't know. I really like that shit, man. I really like.
Mentioned something about like. Not like that makes a line that I heard make sense, is like she does mention like the person she's interested maybe not being like used to all this, you know what I mean? And it makes sense, like seeing now, like, oh, I see, that's what that lyric's like in reference to.
Yeah. I like listening to women who know themselves, man, and they can
shouts to that
through the journey.
Shouts to women generally.
She knows herself really well, and so I think the last thing, my conclusion on New Moon K would be it's another option for a pop album, right? Like because we're so torn between pop and underground. This album gives you a path through the middle, right?
Yeah.
It still has Cav, it still has Quelle Chris, it still has Marco plus Saba, but it also is just opulent, and you could play it around different generations, and the R&B really does R&B, the rap really does rap. Like it hits its marks. Like this definitely could be a great pop album if
it had the only thing holding it back from being pop is it not being the biggest album in the world. Not having the number one. And it's interesting. I mean, I haven't checked this already because I've been listening to music mainly on my phone. But if you're on Spotify on the web, you can like see streams. You can see how many things are streamed. And not to say that's like an important thing, but like IKEA, this joint Misaba, like that's got big ass numbers. That's got a big old number on it. So I like that there is the potential, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like an audience needs to find this and then it will find it, you know what I mean?
That's why I said, you know, white people who made Lizzo their queen and then cried real tears when she abused the dancers.
Yeah.
You know, we've got somebody for you. But yeah, I would love if this album took over the world. And I think I could trust her with it. Yeah.
That's such a cool way of saying that.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Just the way you said, like you would trust you hope the album takes over the world. You would trust it with. That's a cool way of saying that. It hit me. My bad for interrupting.
So, Kay, how do you
just be saying fly shit just all the time? It's just like the way you do. It's crazy.
That's it. What do you into? What do you conclusions on this? How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a solid project, and it's enjoyable to listen to, and yeah, it's worth. There are few projects nowadays that are worth multiple listens, but this is a good album to come back to every once in a while.
I love it. Yeah, it's got good mood. Yeah. Let's talk about Black Star. I just kept picturing throughout. This is definitely an album. I was like, oh, I just want to fuck with K Diggy. And I want him to be in a very reasonable sweater somewhere listening to Ketamine, Coke, and Molly. Like, I just want to picture. It's funny to me. So, with that being said, how did it hit you, Kay?
She likes to party. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I liked it. I really did enjoy this project. I liked the energy of it.
I love it, man. I like
dude.
However, this perfect in terms of what the album is, in terms of like symbolizing the album. The black bodysuit is
great cover.
The kind of
the cover is fantastic.
Oh my god,
great cover.
The cover is fantastic, dude. That was something I was gonna be like, as soon as if it got to me, I would have been like, first of all, we got to take a moment to appreciate, like, it's outstanding. The colors are they're popping, dude. It's crazy.
And first there's like I'm always worried about R&B kind of club albums where people are sprawled out on the cover. Like, people are always sprawled out in silly poses, like touching their face often. On the pop and R&B, on the rap side, people are always squatting. But you'll never buy a Def C album where he's sprawled out on the beach touching his face.
Why not though?
You can't.
Def C, get on it. That's the problem, I think. Yeah, no,
I think he does R&B. If he does R&B, you can do that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But you got to squat in front of like a truck if you're around. So, shout out to people squatting in front of trucks. So I just think this album does the sprawled out really, really wonderfully. And if I had to give my top 5 album covers, this might be on there of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's so striking and so powerful. I think that's something about the album that really I'd listened to this already when you messaged me about it. But like, I think the thing that really struck me about it is kind of how strong the music is, despite the fact it's like club bangers. You know what I mean? It still has like a really strong, clear identity behind it all, and something that I really enjoy. And like, the identity is like really queer. It's like this music. This whole album is like it's deeply gay in like the way it approaches the music, in terms of production, in terms of the influences on it. Like the ballroom scene is like all over this. Like this is like gay club anthems, and I could already feel it. Like I haven't been to any very recently at all, but I could imagine all of this has completely been taken over the DJ decks there. You know what I mean? And it, like, from the very beginning, the kind of like ballroom stuff and the like words like diva and shit like that, and like, from what I can tell, I don't actually know anything about Emma Ray. Like, I haven't listened to any interviews, looked her up, or read anything. But like it does seem like there's a lot of like explicitly queer relationships being explored on this project. It
Agreed.
doesn't sound like there's many men involved at all.
Right.
Like
Right. It's girly pop. You know what I mean?
girly pop, yeah.
And then so that's what we're talking about. I just think it's man, like I so this is not where my wheelhouse is, this album. It's not my but I had been monitoring A. Marie for a while, and I think it might have been Ariel, the 4'9", who was repping this, and I was like, you know what, let me check this out, and I checked it out, kind of leave it alone, come back to it, and when I was updating my list, my album of the year list, there was a voice in the back of my head that was like, name a fucking pop album more muscular than Black Star, buddy. Try it.
Mm, I
Like,
can't.
this album got muscles. This
Yeah,
album
it's tough. It's
is
tough.
right. It pushes forward. It's incredible. So I was like, that's a good point. I kept coming back to it, and I was just like, this fucking thing's unbelievable. So it just kept creeping up, the list based on that. Just how muscular this thing is, and it'll throttle you.
Yeah. And
When
I
you
think
say
that's like
muscular, what does that mean musically for you?
This is not an album that like asks you to listen to it or invites you to listen to it. It kind of pulverizes you.
Yeah.
You when you start listening,
like that's not something you can listen to like absentmindedly.
you start listening to it, you feel like you're walking into a dark club where too much is going on.
Yeah. What's that? And there's that one song especially where it just keeps on like interrupting the groove with like a crazy ass like noise. That song there especially is like the atmosphere of this track is just unbelievable. I'm trying to remember I'm so bad with names of songs.
Oh man,
But like that's
everyone
like
is good on this fucking thing. You know who understands this music?
who?
Pink Panthers.
Dude, I was about to bring that up.
Pink
Dude, the
Panthers is
fucking
like, I get it. Let's do
she
this.
understands it to such
Yeah.
a degree. And it's like that like whoever produced this as well, the fucking like thong song interpolation throughout the entire thing, like it's a masterpiece. That song is fantastic. Like it's just brilliant. Who did produce this? I don't recognize those names.
Kiss
Never
Me
mind.
Through the Phone Part 2.
It's
Right?
outstanding. It's like it's and it's the way their like voices are quite similar, but they're not. You know what I mean? There's kind of like um really like how would I say it? Like Pink Panther's voice is like a lot more gentle, but they both do like the hushed, whispery tone in their like singing delivery. So like the contrast of the two kind of like throwing the mic between each other is outstanding because it like you can kind of barely tell when they switch, but it's also really obvious when they do as well. Yeah, it's just great. And I love Pink Panthers. I love Pink Panthers so much.
There's
Like
lots of producers mentioned, but there's one name that keeps coming up, and that's KU Steed.
yeah, I was seeing that as well.
Yeah, KYU Steed seems like the whisperer on this, the person who's kind of keeping this sound in order.
They're doing a fucking outstanding job of it.
It really always feels connected and really always feels consistent, right? There's no, I don't think there's a rough transition on this to me, right?
And it's interesting like that you say that because there's so many songs that just end. You know what I mean? There's so many songs that just like not where it would seem like a song was about to finish. The song just okay, next thing. And it's like it in the moment it's jarring for a second and then immediately I'm okay with it. It's fantastically done. Just yeah, the whole project. It feels so like baked in the culture it comes from in such a beautiful way. Like everything that this album is doing, I can kind of see in the spaces that I would say Amory has probably been inspired by. You know what I mean, like you can I know I already mentioned the ballroom scene and stuff like that, but it's like that stuff. As much as like I can bring it up one time, it's so integral to the spaces in. Like I not to be like RuPaul's Drag Race as the kind of one gay thing, but you could see like a few lip syncs to this Not even a few. I like all of them.
Oh yeah,
Like, if they were to get to that status of iconicness in terms of the songs, like those, that is the platform you would see those be performed at. It's like as a pillar of the community and culture, in my opinion.
Yeah, and as the personality of the project, Kay. So you press play on this album. You're walking into a club where too much is going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's hitting
Far
you.
too much. Yeah, like the floor's sticky and shit.
Right.
So yeah.
But then someone grabs you on the shoulder and pulls you to the side, and it's the coolest motherfucker in the club, right? Like the coolest motherfucker, radiant, charismatic. But the longer you hang out with this person, the more you realize there's some real tough things going on for that person, right? You're like, this person's also dealing with some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And
The
that's
album just
kind of, I don't feel like that's the personality of the project for me.
the album just kind of gets serious for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being like, when I first listened to this, I wasn't necessarily shocked. Most pop albums have to have their like, okay, this is the sad moment. Like they will do that. So I wasn't like, what? You're telling me they get sad? But I was also just like kind of surprised that the sadness it went so much lower than I expected in tone.
Yes.
It definitely couldn't, it could have been like, oh, we're sad. But instead was like, yo, wait, we gotta take a second. Like, and I really like admire the kind of commitment to it that the album takes.
Yeah, it's committed to the darkness and it's committed to the muscularity of the sounds. And that's just a wild combination, like that we don't see a lot, you know? Yeah. Kay, what was the song that touched your heart? Where were you at?
All right. Well, touched my heart. That's very
It's a high bar.
I did, yeah. I mean, obviously the Kiss Me Through the Phone part 2.
Woo!
I mean, I liked that whole the 4, 5, 6. Kiss Me Through the Phone part 2, B2B, and She Is My Drug.
Do you believe in life after drugs?
That's outrageous. I didn't realize that they weren't saying love for a while. Like I'd say I got 2 listens in before I was like, oh wait, they're just not saying love there, they're saying drug. And like I think it's such a ridiculously obvious thing to say that I was like, there's no way. Like I think
your brain hears it, yeah.
Yeah, I think you hear it and you're like, there's no way that's what they're going for. There's no way, like, and I think that's what makes it so good, is it like the kind of joy thing of not taking yourself seriously is on this whole project. Do you believe in life after drugs is like something that like I would say in like a joke. It's like one of my friends says something, I'm like, do you like literally like that's a bit that we do. You know what I mean? That's not like something that you hear in a pop song that's got like millions and millions of streams. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it kind of requires the playfulness to exist, I think.
Yeah, man, I agree. I that's maybe my favorite song. I love when people flip shit like that and make it dark and make it weird. People want to do like there's a cover of Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel by John Cale, who was in Velvet Underground, and it's fucking amazing. It's so good. He does it like really spooky Halloween type shit. And it's great. And this is like reminded me of that, where I was like, oh, this is a good idea. You know, I'm into this.
And I think it's interesting as well, like the kind of interpolation of old shit is like so pop right now. And it's very rare for me to hear it and be like, this isn't annoying. You know what I mean? Like kind of when I hear do you believe in life after drugs? Like the immediate thing I think of is like that recent like blue, not even recent. This shit's so old. It's so like it sticks in your head so much that I can't really forget it. But the thing is like, I'm good and I'm feeling all right. Like that song when it came out, like, that was everywhere. And that interpolation, I think, made me be like, we need to ban interpolations forever. But the way that how do you pronounce it, by the way? Is it Amaray?
Yeah. No matter how you pronounce, I think I wouldn't pronounce it wrong.
Yeah.
Two A's in a row? I can't do that. I'm not.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with that?
it's not enough information, man. It's not.
You imagine they just walk up to and just be like, "Oh, A Marie!" Like, oh no, oh no.
No, if I was like Amari, that's it, right? Amari. You got hit with one of those. Yeah, what was I even saying? I completely got distracted by
That's a
the
Tim
pronunciation.
Robinson bit that I just did or whatever. Oh no.
He's slowly getting closer to the camera. It's nuts.
But no, you are dead right, Kay. In terms of the middle of this album is a beast, right?
Yeah.
Because you gave 3. You didn't even go girly pop, which is the craziest muscular moment of the thing, right? Like that's the next song after that, and you have,
Drums on that are crazy.
Fine Shit is crazy. Like all this shit is crazy. Like it's just it all knocks so hard. If I had to go one single song, because I agree with you on the run, the thing, I think that is probably the run. Although I might shift it 5, 6, 7 and go B2B. She is my drug, girly pop.
Word.
But
I really like MS6. Sorry, no, you continue.
no, it would say if I had to pick a single song, I run our dream scenario twice every time I listen to it. I have to bring it back. It's so beautiful. Charlie Wilson is so dope on the end of it. It's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, him like there's another one that I didn't look at the track list.
His surprise. That was a surprise.
I literally I remember listening and like this was one of those I was listening just in my room. The exact opposite place this album wants to be heard. I was listening in my room on my computer scrolling Discord. When that happened, I literally went like this. I paused. I was like, I looked around because it's just so it's like that song has a sudden like there's a lot going on in that song that's surprising. Like it has a sudden sincerity that the rest of the album has kind of lacked, and then it also has like the shocking moment of Charlie Wilson coming in with actual like vocals. You know what I mean? No one else is singing on this.
It's one of the best album cuts of the year. We always talk about album cuts, right? We're like, yeah, it's not going to be the lead single, and yeah, you're probably not even going to hear it because you're only going to listen to the first 3, 4 songs. But if you get through this, and you get to Dream Scenario, you're going to be locked in. It's our little secret, and that's what a great album cut is. It's our little secret, and I think that's what this is. It's a beautiful kind of moment for the album, but it's never going to be one of the top charting songs. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean it's longer than every other song on the project. It's a really like that's what I'm saying. Like the kind of direction that single goes is so bold because it really sticks to it. You know what I mean? It's like to do a song where you're getting really emotionally vulnerable. I feel like a lot of pop songs would just kind of let that be like, okay, well, I have to do it. So this is it.
Right.
But this one is like, it really lets you sit in the moment and kind of forget that you're listening to the crazy pop album.
Yeah.
The crazy dance album, I mean.
Usually when a pop album does the serious song, if they change the production so drastically that it's the twinkly piano, and then it's like, oh, let me tell you something about my mom, but this is that you stay in the club. You're still in the club. You're just
the drums are gone.
You're just having a heart-wrenching conversation in the club. So
can I do favorite songs real quick?
Do it. Hit it.
I think Dove Cameron was the joint I was trying to explain earlier that just has the most ridiculous rhythm. Like the I don't even know how to explain it because it's like it's quite like the main thing that that's a really common rhythm that you hear a lot, but the placement of this like really booming synth that like makes everything submerge underneath it is so strangely placed. I like every time I'm listening to the song, it's like, that one song, Sauvage off of Aethiopes? Like, you know how it goes ding 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 ding, that like high guitar, I'm always trying to like be like, oh, there it is. and when the rhythm, in the terms of the rhythmic like feel of the song. But I have the exact same thing with this song here, where it's like every time that synth is going, I'm going, and it's like this, just the way it kind of pulls the track out of being like, oh, this is just a normal dance cut, into like oh, this dance cut's crazy, is like just fantastic. Yeah, it's just brilliantly done. This Q Steed guy, we're gonna have to have some conversations.
I hear you.
This producer's
the
crazy.
sonic moment that fucked me up was 100 Drum. I thought 100 Drum was fucking wild. It was just so big and crazy, and it feels muscular, but sometimes it feels like off but on. It's just it's so different from anything we experience, because in America our pop music has been mathematically calculated by Swedish people. There's a documentary about it, about the Swedish people that took over.
It's not lying.
No. Oh, they took over the industry. That's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not.
That's
and
sad,
actually,
man.
Before I saw the documentary,
you got a feeling. You were like, this music's kind of Swedish.
Somebody worked. A white man with dreadlocks came up to me and said, "Did you know that all of pop music is made and calculated by like 5 to 7 Swedish dudes?"
Yeah.
You know what? That could have been a very different conversation. Like him saying Swedish dudes really saved him there. That could have been a horrible conversation, dude. That's crazy.
I was like, really? He's like, this is.
You gotta be careful. Yeah.
Always listen to everybody.
He's not wrong. He's yeah.
Crazy. Maybe we should start listening to white people with dreads. Maybe they have the answers.
Think about it. Now to white people with dreads, join the Patreon.
If you give us money, we will allow it.
Yeah.
If you buy my album on Bandcamp,
Yep.
and tell your friends to do that, I'll let you have dreads.
Yep.
I'm gonna regret saying that. I'm definitely gonna regret saying that. Someone's gonna clip that. I'm gonna.
That's gonna be the trailer. But yeah, it's I don't know. This album is a lot. It's 44 minutes. It's only 5 minutes more than New Moon, but it feels so complete to me.
Yeah, I think it definitely like. I think the arcs of this album make it feel longer, but not like necessarily like a trudge through. I definitely felt like I was with this album for more time than I was. Before you told me it was 44 minutes, I would have assumed it was like an hour.
Right.
Because it just does so much with its time.
Yes. Okay, so how did this hit you? Where do you place it? Is it in terms of your listens this year? Is this a remarkable?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is another one that's going to stick with me.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be going back to it. You know, like you said, you'll be going back to it in random moments when you need like a pick me up, or I mean, this is one that I think I'm going to grow with.
Do you know why I think? Because I think the albums we talk about, that I'm going to come back to that. I can see myself coming back to that.
Yes.
Because I can't see another album doing what this album does better.
Yeah.
So when I'm in the mood for this kind of music, Black Star is going to be that music.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift can't. That's
something I was actually really interested by. Like, I was quite shocked when you suggested this album, because it's, as you can imagine, why there's quite a few there's quite a few surface level things, but it's also like I'm aware that you're still at least tapped into pop. I'm aware you're like still paying attention to it. But kind of when I was listening to this in preparation for this, I kept on wondering what instances would you turn this on? You know what I mean? Because like this is obviously like it's a dancey joint. I can't imagine you twerking. I don't feel like that's really a part of your bag. I just don't feel like that's your thing.
But I will put this on and like fist pump at my desk. You know what I mean? I will put this on and like
now it makes sense.
Just randomly be like beat to beat, like
What about UK Digger? You twerking to this or not?
No, not twerking. No, definitely not. I think it's like a good. I want to say I don't pregame, but it's like a good when you're before you go out type of album.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Energy builder. Yeah.
Yes. Energy, but yes.
I love that. Yeah. it is an album with a lot of depth and a lot of function at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to keep rising because it's unparalleled in that sense. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this? I think we're going to recommendation corner, rocketing towards it.
Wait, before we do that, I just want to just shout out the 360, just the way that this MS60, just the hook on that. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. There's just brilliant hooks all over this project, but I think that one is like, I'm so locked in on it. Like there's the rhythm of it, the groove of it. But the whole album has just so many of those moments.
And the guests matter, but they don't matter, right?
Yeah, I did. That's the thing.
Campbell's on the
That's
album.
the thing
Like,
that's so good.
that's fine.
Yeah, there's not like even with Pink Panther, it's just like I don't think that I don't think she couldn't. I don't think Amari couldn't not have done what Pink Panthers did. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
I think like Zachary and Charlie Wilson are the only ones I'm like, oh, that's like an entirely different person. But I would say like the general approach of most of these artists is kind of very in line with what Amara is already doing. And I think only like aid in having a little bit of like a breakup in the ideas that she's bringing forward.
I'm with you. I'm with you totally. To recommendation corner we go. Now, this was episode on capturing joy in music. So what I needed was to grab an album that was the opposite of that shit and mix it in, right? So that I would have a range. And my guy Sun Ra was there for me. I was on Create 808. We're doing a Raucous Records look back thing. And we're talking about the Giangana Story by Cool G Rap and Quality by Talib Kweli. And we went to what was the last album you listened to that you loved, and Sun Ra had gone to the release party for Dead Prime Ministers by Borden and 80 Rock.
Okay, let me find this. Dead Prime Ministers.
The Dead Prime Ministers. The sales pitch on this is a coke rap album, but a deeply, darkly depressed one. That's how I like it.
It's not even like doing like witty glorifying bars. It's just like, nah, this shit's fucked.
He is like, look, the only advice I have for you is to get money. Everything else is bullshit. Like, it's very nihilistic in that way, but there's no like throwing the money in the air, living it up. It's just someone who's lost all the nerve endings.
Oh, that sounds depressing.
The darkness, the gritty hip hop darkness.
The cover is so it's a lot.
It's great. I was into it.
Is it British or is it just called that?
Huh?
Are Borden and AT Rock, are they British?
I think they're Canada. I think it's Toronto.
Yeah, I forget they don't go.
Canadians, babe. The Canadians are everywhere.
I forget.
So
infectious.
And so it's just real kind of stark and sinister. And it was a good counterpoint to the stuff we were listening to. So I wanted to shout out Dead Prime Ministers. When he said the album title, I was like, ooh, I gotta do that.
It is immediately grabbing. Like when you said you were doing the whole Sun Ra thing, and I got really like, oh what? Oh my gosh, let me look up. So I started scrolling Sun Ra's discography, expecting you to be like, oh yeah, and the thing I'm recommending is this, and it just not even kind of what occurred.
There's also another person I discovered, West Coast rapper named Yah-Ra, YAH-RA, and she seems to be kind of putting out badass songs and then just kind of dropping collections of them. She has an album called Yah-Ra Essentials Album. It seems to be a bundle of the songs that she does. It's dope rapper, West Coast. It's great. That's my shit. So she did the song with Blue recently. Blue's everywhere, man.
Blue does a ridiculous amount of features.
Blue is, my son used to make fun of me with Blue. Like, he used to be like, another album dropped by your guy Blue.
Blue.
There's another one. He's at it again.
He's never not at it, man. I'm really excited for that Micah 9 joint he's actually working on now.
Oh my God, that's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be great.
Time.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm into that. So, Kosey, what are you rocking with?
I was gonna say that I've been listening. I mean, I'm currently working on my dissertation for uni. And what I'm kind of covering is like kind of like the lineage of like jazz poetry leading into hip hop, being like what of our current abstract rap scene can be found in the like 1970s jazz poetry and like the 1980s like beat poetry movement. And where I'm currently listening to a lot, which I'm then finding is quoted in all of the rap I'm listening to. It's Nation Time by Amiri Baraka. That album it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I found it like earlier this year because I was doing an essay on Lost Poets, and just the places that Amiri Baraka's project goes is just like you would never expect it. I don't even want to spoil it too much, but like the first two songs are like really light, just him rapping over some congas rhythms, and then the third song, it just starts, and then it doesn't stop until the very end of the project. And I highly recommend that you guys check it out without me saying any more than that. And you're going to recognize some bars as well. Some of the things Amiri Baraka says comes up in a lot of the stuff that we're very much into. Lucid quotes him all the time.
Yeah, I feel like if Kay listens to that Amiri Baraka, he's going to start dressing like Lorenz Tate from Love Jones.
Love that. Love that on that movie, to be honest.
I feel like you could rock it though. I don't even feel
absolutely,
like that made me laugh, but that's because like I feel like that's quite close to what you're really going for. You just like
you just need to go leather with the fedora. And
I gotta get a motorcycle and I'll be all set.
It's really weird that that's one of the movies I don't watch movies like that, but me having remembered Love Jones is crazy.
Oh, I love that movie.
Great movie. Great movie.
Great movie.
Yep. It came out right when Booty Call came out. Like Booty Call with the
that's your frame of reference.
Jamie Foxx and Tom Gibson. Yeah.
And
another
like,
classic.
And that was there was a big like Black crisis media story where they were like, Booty Call is filling the seats, but people don't want Love Jones. Darn it. And there was
that's
a whole
messed up.
writing their kind of Cornel West essay kind of takes.
Jamie Foxx is smiling way too loud in this poster. I'm looking at him right now. That is too big of a smile. One person should not be that happy. One person shouldn't.
Vivica A. Fox was in there, but like,
ooh, yeah.
Whew.
There was a lot in there that does not fly in the current time.
No more, yes.
But yeah, it was wild to have that happening at the same time. But yeah, Kay, what are you rocking with? What are you doing?
I mean, the only new thing I listened to was the Rhapsody and Mad Lib EP.
Oh, pretty good. I like
that. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah. I regret not getting the cassette. I should have got it. It was only like £4. Huge regrets.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
They should do more. I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
They will.
It's a very strange dropping strategy for both of them to do, I think. So like I would assume it's like testing the waters to know if they should do more, but like why would they even do that? It's Rhapsody and Mad Lib. You know what I mean? It's like obviously it was gonna fly well with people. It's Rhapsody and Mad Lib. Right. So like why did they test in the waters with it? It's a really confusing. I don't understand what they're doing, but I'm glad that we got those two songs.
That is par for the course with Mad Lib, like who's just been
I know Mad Lib is not behind it though.
Connected with wild decisions like for years of like Mad Lib's doing an album with Logic. Mad Lib dresses like Spider-Man and scares people at Funtown. Like stop it, Mad Lib. Stop it. Do things that make sense, Mad Lib. You know.
No man, he's out there. What's that thing lovely Ulysses says about him? He's like to that old Mad Lib nigga living black life. Like that guy's just living black life. That's it. He ain't doing nothing that makes. He's just living black life. That's it. That's the entire way you would describe how Mad Lib is living.
Yeah.
That guy walks around. He got all the dashikis on. He's got this. He got African print. He got the whole beads and shit.
Yeah.
Cowrie shells on every single thing that he owns. Like it's
Right.
serious. And
He's
nigga
in a
black as
water
fuck.
park, slowly and angrily sipping a soda, but like like just
he gets
looking at him
he
like,
gets close enough to the water that like realistically, like he shouldn't have a drink next to it, but like he's still there.
yeah.
Yeah, like, that's his thing.
Yep. No, he's a genius, and we hope to get him in the right place sometime. But it's like capturing a lightning bug, and you just don't do it. So you see what happens. But yeah, what do you? So any suggestions for the people? Ken? Oh, besides, did you have the? You said
No, nothing else. Just
yeah,
that, Matt.
yeah, man. We gotta. I don't know. We started watching. There's an Amazon show called Countdown.
Okay.
One of those
Is it
shows.
based on the what's the word I'm looking for?
No, it's not.
It's not based on the game show.
No, it's nonsense.
What's even the point then, man?
It's like one of those shows where they gather an elite squad of renegade cops, and they
Ooh.
make a special task force to bring down a huge threat to national security. Um, and the lead character is one of the guys from Supernatural. And there's an arc in this thing where he's like hurting, and he'll occasionally grab his head and just be like, ah. And then finally they show him going to the doctor's office, and then he's got like a brain tumor.
Oh, that's like quite
They
serious.
show the scan of the brain, and the tumor is like the size of a fucking football. I'm like, no,
You would have noticed, man.
you went too far.
Yeah.
He does not have a football in his brain. Stop it. The guy.
That's when your immersion was broken. When
Every-
they got the elite task force of police, you were like, yeah, this is normal. But as soon as he got a tumor, you were like, nah, man, this is too
like
far.
the tumor
There's too
size
much
was too
going
much. They went too far with the tumor size. Like, and he's like grabbing his head. Like, you don't have to have a football in your head in order to have head pain because of a brain tumor. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have had like what like not even a fist size, smaller than a fist, and he would have been being like, oh man, something hurts in my head.
If he had a baseball size tumor in his head, I'd be like, oh no, I hope this guy's all right. Like,
yeah, football, that guy should be gone.
right.
He should have been out here. There's nothing they can do. When they showed him with the football sized tumor, they might as well have been like, damn, that's crazy. See you later.
Right. The rest of the show, I'm watching. I'm like,
just finished.
I'm like, please put this main character down because he's got a football in his fucking head.
It's crazy.
Like, just
maybe it was like
cartel. Do me this favor, put this guy down so he can win.
But maybe it's like a 2D, because obviously it's a 2D image. Maybe they've just like seen it at the exact point where it's just like a flat line. You know what I mean? It's football sized, but it's not football girth. It's literally just that. It's just a thin line of football shape in his brain. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna grab it in, and they're gonna like take it out like a CD.
Like pull it up.
That's fair. That's great. Now I want to watch this show more than ever. Thank you for being. You are always a joy to have with us.
I'm glad to be back, man. It's sick.
I appreciate.
Great conversation.
Makes every inch forward makes me feel great. So thank you for that. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting what we do. And if people are looking, you check out the Real Notes episode with Teller Banks, Killer Kane, Phil Spector, Q No Name. It's an incredible listen. Man, there's so many theories on that and so many just things that are talked about that are so dope. Teller gets into all kinds of amazing shit in his life. That Teller's lived an amazing life. You know?
Did you ever see the Teller Banks episode with Unsung on the Unseen Underground?
That's a mandatory listen. That is mandatory
crazy.
Listen.
That's nuts. That's like, it's such a crazy, like, I remember listening to that, like, I was biking to work, and it's one of those, I was like, I shouldn't be biking to work right now. Like, I should be laying down in my bed, like, looking at the ceiling listening to this. I'm too active.
So Kay, Unsung the Rapper has a podcast where he interviews people within our space, but he asks them about supernatural stuff, like stories relating to dreams or supernatural stuff.
Okay.
So I didn't have any cool supernatural stuff, but I had a pretty wild dream I was able to articulate there. Check that
I
out.
want to be on that. I got mad dreams. I be
man.
sleeping and then I'm like, I be sleeping and then my brain just is like, it's all on me. It doesn't fuck with me being asleep. So if I got so many things to say, but he doesn't
Like
want to do
dreams
it.
where you wake up and you write all that shit down. You're just like,
yeah. It's been a while. It's been a while, but I used to get mad at those in high school.
But it's so Teller went on there and talked about seeing like a real exorcism.
Yeah.
And,
just watched it happen.
Yeah, people need to check that shit out.
It's the most outrageous story ever, and like I'm not even outrageous in like I'm watching it, like I'm listening to him talk about it like it's like a documentary. The way he describes it is so visceral. Like I'm there. It's brilliant.
What is that? I'm trying to think of the
Unseen
name.
Underground.
Unseen Underground. That's it. Yeah.
Yo, wait. That just reminded me. Speaking of podcasts, me, Traders, and Mega just started one. What's up with the minutes? We be saying words, man. We got stuff to say.
The first episode was dope. I dropped a comment in that. All people who've been on the show. It was one of those things where like I didn't listen to it. I didn't watch it and go, I wish I was on that. I watched it and went, I feel like I am on that. Like these are my people. Like,
yeah.
Great.
I love the flow of conversation is great. Like I love those two, man. It's great. We just put out the second episode. We talk about that Nakama album, which is the best album ever of all time. Yeah, it's good shit.
Mega is a perpetual talker, and Mega does
so good at it.
Represent, like, me and Mega are very similar people. And so he is kind of what you are, frenetic and analytical, and Trey is such a counterpuncher.
Yeah,
Trey will sit there and then hit you with the hardest shit you've ever heard. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Like that, like all of the things that I remember the most about that first episode were shit Trey said, but I don't think Trey said much that whole episode. I think he just did the things that I was like, oh damn, that's serious.
Yeah. He just did his
Shout out
thing.
to Trey.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mega. Shout out to What's Up in the Minutes.
What's
Shout
Up
out
in the Minutes. Secret House Against YouTube feed. Check it out.
Yeah.
To appreciate it, pull up your socks.
What will tomorrow